What is up, guys? It is your boy Jay coming at you with another podcast episode. We're going to do a special Christmas themed episode where we talk about some of our favorite Christmas movies, and we're going to debate on the fact of what we don't think is a Christmas movie, but we'll tease that bit for later. I got my co-host with me.
Until, of course, I'm here. Let's go.
If I sound rough, because I got something stuck in my throat, so I'm going to sound a little coarse today.
Yeah,
And
got a
no,
little
it's not
frog in his
COVID.
throat.
It's not COVID.
Definitely not, bro.
I already got asked that earlier. I was like, just because my throat hurt don't mean I got COVID. And
Right.
yeah.
That's like the running thing. Like if you cough a little or you sneeze a little or you sound a little off, everybody always right now asking if you got COVID. I mean, this is to be expected, but like, come on, man. The common cold is still around.
So getting into like Christmas films, they're always a fun thing to watch during the holidays and,
Mm-hmm.
enjoy with your family. What
Mm-hmm.
would you say was the last like Christmas film you remembered watching? Like either it be something that recently that just came out the theaters or like last holiday, what did you watch? What was something that was a tradition that you might have seen?
Yeah. I was just going to say that because I'm going to be biased because I legit have a tradition. So during Christmas, I have to watch Home Alone Part 1 and Part 2. I have to watch The Nightmare Before Christmas. Um, I have to watch a movie that we're going to discuss a little bit later in the episode because it's a Christmas movie. Um,
Debatable.
and I would say my all-time favorite Christmas movie has to be A Christmas Story. On TBS, they play A Christmas Story 24 hours a day, back to back to back to back. And I legitimately watched that shit like 4 or 5 times on Christmas Day, bro.
So for me, our traditions used to be that we'd watch A Christmas Story every Christmas, even though my dad hated it because he kept having pictures of him when he was a kid, put it
Oh,
up next to
fudge.
the kid in that, and he looked like the splitting image of that kid at the same time.
It's
Um,
funny, bro. It's funny, bro. It's funny. You know the kid who played not Ralphie, but whatever the other kid name is. He was in Spider-Man Far From Home.
you do know that it was the kid who played Ralphie.
Right. No. It wasn't Ralphie.
No,
It wasn't
yeah,
Ralphie.
yeah,
It was Ralphie. It was Ralphie.
yeah,
I was thinking about a little brother, but it was Ralphie.
yeah.
Ralphie, yeah. He's
He
the
has
one
not
who
aged
played
well.
in.
My dad definitely
Yeah.
does not look like him anymore.
For sure.
Um, there's another one I used to watch. Now, I wouldn't say I've watched it yearly, but it was something that I definitely watched. Although I understand why people think it's creepy nowadays, not necessarily because of the themes, but because of the work they had to do to make that movie look as realistic as possible, and that was the
Uh-oh.
Polar Express.
Oh no, you know what, bro? I totally forgot about that. I love the Polar Express, bro. Yeah.
Just
I
because of the
watch
way they
that. I watch
look,
that
it's
every
really
year too.
creepy. But they were the pioneering in like face capture back then, because that movie came out 2009.
Right. Shout out to Tom Hanks because he was definitely in that. But yeah, I watch the Polar Express like almost every year as well. As well
Yeah,
as the Grinch Who Stole Christmas, the animated version and the live action version. I don't care if y'all don't like the live action version, but I love the live action version. But I watch both every year.
I won't watch that movie again anytime soon. Liked it as a kid, but like there's times where we would just be sitting in our living room and they just have the menu playing over and over and not doing anything with it and just talking and no one changed it, so I just kept hearing it and I was like, okay, I'm not watching this movie again for a while.
For sure.
And then I watched the newer one with Benedict Cumberbatch, the animated one, and I was like, you know what? I kind of want to go back and watch the other one because I think that one's better.
And you know what? I've actually never watched the Benedict Cumberbatch one.
It's
The
not
the the
terrible. It's just different.
that's the Illumination one, right? That's the one that
Yeah.
like this by the company that does the Minions.
Yes.
Yeah, I haven't watched it. I know it was on Netflix before, and I said I was gonna watch it, but I never watched it.
Now, I feel like you've mentioned this before on the podcast, but I don't watch it every year, but I want to see if you do. If you consider watching Gremlins for Christmas.
You fucking yes. You're right. Yeah, Gremlins is definitely a Christmas movie.
Yeah,
Now, now that
that's definitely a Christmas movie because you couldn't just switch out the holiday and it be a different holiday. It has the Christmas spirit, you know,
right, right. Now
and
I'm
that's
kind
something
of
I'm going to get
biased.
into later.
Now I'm kind of biased. I'm kind of biased when it comes to Gremlins though, because I watch
Oh,
Gremlins
what a
throughout the
movie!
entire year because that's one of my favorite movies because it like terrified me as a kid, but I love it when I became an adult. So that's like I'm surprised I don't even have a Gremlin tattoo. Now I think that's an idea. I think I might need to get a Gremlins tattoo. But I watched it throughout the year because I love it that much. I love part one and part two. Part two is definitely not a Christmas movie, I don't think, but part one is definitely a Christmas movie,
I
and I
wouldn't
love
even
it.
say part one was a good movie.
Don't do that, bro. Don't do that.
That movie was like a Saturday Night Live skit.
Don't do that, bro. Don't do that. It got
Uh,
Chris in it. What is his name?
Chris,
Chris Philman.
I have no idea.
For Christmas time.
I, as I got older, I was like, oh, man, this is a lot less kid friendly than I remember it being.
Right.
And
Right.
apparently, there's some unrated version out there somewhere, and I do not know how to find it.
Wow, bro. Yeah, we got to find it then.
Yeah,
Before next Christmas, we got to find it.
I'm pretty sure it's just an unedited version on like TV.
Mm, gotcha.
Um, I got one. Okay, so oh, you know what? I'm sorry, I completely forgot. I used to watch Christmas with the Cranks almost every year with my grandparents
Fair enough.
because a movie where they skip Christmas. Again,
Right.
another movie that is a Christmas movie because you couldn't just change it out for a different holiday. It's Christmas with the Cranks.
Right.
It's not
Exactly. I
something
mean,
like
Christmas.
it's not like something like where you could just take an action movie and place it at any point in time and call it a Christmas movie.
Right. Not to mention, Christmas is in the title of the fucking movie.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of Krampus?
Yes, for sure. Of course.
I watched that
As a
one.
matter of fact, again, of course, you all know that I'm a sneakerhead, but it's a pair of Dunks, Dunk SBs, that's called the Krampus Dunks, and they are so fire, bro. But I missed them when they came out, and right now they go for like a whole bunch of money. But yeah, I definitely know what Krampus is.
Yeah, I watched that like once. I think it was okay.
Yeah, I
Um,
watched it. I watched that movie as well.
Last Christmas was really good.
Yeah, yeah.
That one I've almost decided on watching every year.
Which one?
What do you mean which one?
You talking about
Talking about
Krampus?
well, no, Last Christmas.
Oh, Last Christmas. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's got a good story to it.
Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna tell you one I don't know if you've seen. I watched it once. I own it actually. I thought it was pretty funny. The night before.
The night before Christmas?
No, the night before. It's got like Seth Rogen, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and
Oh, yeah,
Anthony
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Mackie.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. For sure.
that was a funny comedy there.
What about the classic Scrooged?
Never watched it.
Really,
Yeah.
bro. I was looking on my Apple TV to see if anybody had it, and everywhere I look, you have to pay for it. But of course, you know it got the famous Bill Murray in it. But it's pretty dope, bro. Like, have you even like seen the trailer? Do you know about it?
I mean, he's kind of like Scrooge, except he goes through his life. Like, it's like kind of like A Christmas Carol, but modern day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
The
think that
last
shit
time I
is pretty
watched A
dope.
Christmas Carol, I watched that creepy ass animation version from Disney with Jim Carrey.
Wait, I want to say with Jim Carrey.
Yeah, that movie was. I I'll be honest, I was 11 when I saw that, and it wasn't necessarily the fact that it was scary, but I was like, why are they making an animation so creepy?
Right, for sure. Hey, pause real quick. Pause real quick. We was just talking about Krampus, and of course, I was talking about being a sneakerhead, bro. The Nike Dunk SB High Krampus in a size 9, and I wear a size 9. The lowest asked price is $1,000, bro, for
Hmm.
a sneaker. For a sneaker, but the sneaker is so fire. But let's go ahead. Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
And who could forget the famous Christmas movie Batman Returns?
Oh, bro, listen. That's definitely a Christmas movie.
It's not a
And
Christmas
as a
movie.
matter of that's definitely no,
No,
that's definitely a
no,
Christmas movie, bro.
no, it's not a Christmas movie. You could
Bro, that
put
is a
any. Well,
Christmas
no,
movie.
a Christmas movie is a holiday film that you could not interchange with any other holiday. You
Nah,
can't
man.
call a Christmas movie just because then you could call Iron Man 3 a Christmas movie and no one considers that a Christmas movie.
Nah, it's
All
different. It's
stuff
different.
in it. It's
It's
not
different.
different. It's the same.
I'm kind of on the same wave that you are. So I would assume that I'm not giving this bullshit of if you replace the holiday, could you call it like that? No, no, no. I'm not giving you that. What I'm giving you is what a Christmas movie is if you watch that movie and it put you in the spirit of Christmas. So we're gonna go ahead and start with what you just said, Batman Returns, right? So regardless of, let me see, when did Batman Return come out? Did it come out during the holiday?
I don't think so.
Let me see. Give me a second. Let me look this shit up. When did Batman Returns come out?
It
When
came out
did
June 16th,
June?
1982.
In June, even in June, if you watch that movie and you see all the presents and you see the Christmas tree, if you don't get the feels of Christmas, then something is wrong with you. And to me, that's what makes a Christmas movie. It's not necessarily that it's set like with snow and all this other bullshit. If the movie give you those Christmas feels, it's a Christmas movie, bro.
Mm. I don't
No, no,
know.
no, no, no. Don't just say. Don't because the movie that we're going to talk about. Remember, he had a Christmas gift for a certain someone. If that
Okay.
movie doesn't give you Christmas feels, bro, then something is wrong with you. But let's keep going. Let's keep going.
I'm trying to read up on what is considered a Christmas film. What
Mm,
people most likely decide is Christmas film, so that way
you
I
know,
can either
you
end
do
up
you know?
turning this on its head and not even having a debate about it, or proving some type of evidence to saying that that's not true.
Do you know what we do here on the Cinema Theorist?
I don't know. What do we do?
Do you know what we do here on the Cinema Theorist?
We talk about stuff.
No, no. What we do is we get our research right here, right now, while we're on our podcast. So let me see. What makes Christmas movie a Christmas movie? Now, you go ahead and you talk about what you
Now,
want to talk about.
I will tell
Listen,
you
bro,
there is
listen.
something. No, no, okay. I'm gonna say something more as a funny thing than that, but that I had that I read a couple days ago. When
Okay.
Bruce Willis was asked about this movie, he said, he said, "This is not a Die Hard's not a Christmas movie. It's a goddamn Bruce Willis movie."
You goddamn right, because it's fucking Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
Not to mention, it's Bruce Willis when Bruce Willis had hair.
Now, I could tell you about a movie I wish wasn't a Christmas movie
Was that?
or a
Oh
movie.
shit! What's that?
Jingle All the Way.
No, 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 no. Okay, so we're gonna
No,
fight,
that
bro.
was a bad
We're gonna
movie.
fight. We're gonna fight, bro. We're gonna
No,
fight.
no, it's just as bad
We're gonna
as
fight.
Last Action Hero.
We're gonna fight. What? You don't like Last Action Hero?
No, I
Who
don't.
are you, Jordan? Listen, this is the second or third podcast that we've had, and I've asked, "Who are you?" You can't be fucking serious. You don't like Last Action Hero?
I'm be honest, I've actually never seen it.
Oh my
Uh,
god, bro! No, 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 no. Again, this is again one of the. You know what? I'm gonna start writing this shit down because it's a couple of movies that you need to watch that you haven't watched because
oh, you
we're
know
doing
what?
this podcast.
I'm gonna go back on one of my statements. uh, I'm reading here that one of the two credit direct writers of the Die Hard film publicly declared if Die Hard is not a Christmas movie, then White Christmas is not a Christmas movie. Uh,
Exactly.
Unlike White Christmas, his movie took place entirely at Christmas, featuring a Christmas party. You know what? I'm still gonna debate it as if I you know what I normally feel like, but if a writer of the thing actually comes out and says something, and I've only seen the movie once,
Wait a
so
minute. You've only seen Die Hard once.
yeah.
I'm getting off the podcast, bro. I'm about to go ahead and put my mic down. I'm gonna go ahead and get in the bed and I'm gonna go to sleep, bro. Like how have you only watched Die Hard one time, bro?
I mean, it was good to watch once.
That's why you're so biased. That's why you don't think that Die Hard is a Christmas movie. I saw Die Hard in a movie theater, bro.
I mean, I also think that Die Hard 2 is not a Christmas movie.
Um, I
It's an
I would
airport
say
movie.
I would say Die Hard One is way more of a Christmas movie than Die Hard Two.
And then
I
Die
don't
Hard,
even
this is probably an even more controversial thing. I think Die Hard 3 is the best Die Hard.
that Die Hard Three is the one with Samuel L. Jackson, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I wouldn't necessarily say it's the best because I still feel like Die Hard 1 is the best. But I will say in the sequels that Die Hard 3 is definitely the best out of the sequels.
5 is where I started watching Die Hard.
Yeah.
Like
Definitely, definitely.
I went like when I was old enough, my dad was like, "Hey, let's go see Die Hard 5." And I was like, "Okay, I don't really know what any of that means." Went and saw it, went, "Okay, this is this is boring." And then went back and watched the other ones and went, "Oh, well, no wonder it was boring cuz it sucked."
Right.
They killed the franchise. Their franchise died hard.
Oh my God. What a pun. Um, Jesus. It's like Jesus. My name is not Zeus. It's Jesus. It's a Die Hard 3 reference.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I knew you wouldn't get it because it's a Die Hard 3 reference. But getting back on topic, bro. Um even when I put in what makes a Christmas movie, do you know the first thing that comes up?
What?
Die Hard debate. What defines a Christmas movie? That's the very first link that pops up. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna click on it. You go ahead and talk about what you want to talk about, and I'm gonna read what this shit says.
I mean, I will say after reading some stuff, I think that um I may consider Die Hard more of a Christmas film.
Ah man. Come on, man.
No, no, no. Listen, maybe I have only seen it once, so I'm gonna take back it a bit.
Fair
But
enough.
I will go full in on Batman Returns not being one
All
because
right.
I've
Well,
seen
I'm,
that
I'm gonna
multiple times.
For sure. I'm gonna do my little research on Batman Returns as well. But again, I already knew coming into this bout that that Die Hard was already going to be classified as a Christmas movie. So you had no grounds there at all, other
I
than
mean,
your opinion. So
I had grounds to make a fun debate, and then I ruined the debate by getting my throat stuck.
smashed, smashed. But
But yeah, I call bullshit on Batman Returns being a Christmas film.
fair
They can
enough.
go.
Let me see. Let me see.
I love
And still,
Batman. I love Batman Returns, but it is not a goddamn Christmas movie. If they're gonna
I
consider that
love
a
Batman.
Christmas movie, then I'm gonna consider Iron Man 3 a Christmas film.
Nah, bro. Nah.
No, they're in the
Iron Man
same
3 is
boat.
definitely not.
They're
Nah,
in the same
negative.
boat. They both revolve around Christmas.
They okay, so technically they both revolve around Christmas, but the theme of Christmas is definitely in Batman Returns. Like even the minions that the Penguin has is carrying Christmas gifts, bro.
Hey, well, you want to talk about that? Then you can talk about the fact that Edward Scissorhands is considered a Christmas film.
Oh, you know what? I never considered that to be a Christmas movie. I don't consider that to be a Christmas movie. The only thing that was in Edward Scissorhand was snow. I don't get the Christmas
Takes
feels
place
from Edward
during around
Scissorhand.
Christmas time, I guess.
Let me see. Edward Scissorhands.
Hmm. You may not like this comment. Not only is Batman Returns a Christmas movie, it is the best Christmas movie of all time.
Negative. 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 Hell no. I definitely would. You know what I would say though? I would say that Batman Returns is the best superhero movie of all time. Best superhero Christmas movie of all time. I'll give them that.
Hawkeye is about to beat the shit out of that.
Hey, well, that's to be seen.
Well,
Especially if Kingpin is about to show up.
I think it's. I just don't understand why people are
Inevitable.
saying. I don't understand why
Inevitable.
people. No, hold on. I don't understand why people keep saying Batman Returns is the best Christmas movie made ever. It's
No,
not a
no.
Christmas movie. It's a.
I disagree.
That's so dumb.
Batman Returns is definitely a Christmas movie, but I will not say that it's the best Christmas movie of all time.
The
It's
reason
certainly
they talk about it is
it's
because it's a twisted Christmas film
right.
and turn the genre on its head.
Nah, not Christmas genre. It didn't turn that on its head. I would say A Nightmare Before Christmas turned the genre on its head.
I'm checking something here. It
This
says
shit
Nightmare Before
says,
Christmas.
yeah, A Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, well,
So
Nightmare Before Christmas did not come out at the same time as Batman.
oh no, of course not. Of course not.
It came out a year later.
Right. But I would still say that A Nightmare Before Christmas turned the Christmas movie genre on its head because it's also a debate whether or not A Nightmare Before Christmas is a Halloween movie or a Christmas movie. And a lot of people say it's both. I say it's both. I watch it for sure during Halloween and I watch it again during Christmas because it's actually both to me.
I just say that I watched it twice or three times, and that's enough.
Oh my God, bro. Do you not understand?
There's nothing. Oh no, I just there's certain movies I don't need to see multiple times. If I ever have kids, I may end up having them watch it, but beyond that, I don't watch animated movies as often again as I do live action stuff.
You say what now?
I said that I only watch animated stuff, like even some of the best animation stuff I've ever watched, I've only seen a couple times throughout my life, just because I find it a little harder to engage with unless I put it on in the background than a live action film.
Hmm.
So, like, I think it's a good film. I just don't feel like there's enough story there for me to like sit there for 90 minutes or 70 minutes or however long it is 76
sir.
minutes. Jesus Christ, that's short.
But it's short. But you got to understand, bro, that that's back in the day with stop motion animation. That movie took like fucking 12 years to make.
Yeah, it only made 91 million.
Right,
I'm gonna go off track real quick here, just for a sec.
for
We'll get
sure.
back to it. I just randomly checked the box office for this year. I'm so irritated. Not only has Venom 2 surpassed Shang-Chi and Godzilla's worldwide totals,
Of course, because it's definitely
Eternals.
better than fucking Shang-Chi.
You haven't rewatched it, and I haven't watched
I have
Moana.
it.
Eternals has made more money than Dune.
I don't
That's
think Eternal's making more money than Dune. Well,
by
kinda.
3
I do
million,
because Dune has a lot of shit to work on.
by 3 minutes.
Let me
No,
see.
3 million.
I'm about to go to your Voodoo account right now, bro, and I'm gonna go ahead and go to.
Okay,
Oh
it
no,
Eternals has about $4 million less in domestic gross than No Time to Die.
which one?
Eternals.
Oh, okay.
You know what's sad? And again, we'll get back to the Christmas stuff here in a sec, but you know what's really sad?
What's that?
The highest grossing domestic movie of the year is Shang-Chi with 224 million. Spider-Man's about to make that amount of money in one weekend.
Exactly. Domestically. That's
Dune is at
domestically.
Dune has only made 100 million. That's
Jeez.
crazy. Well, they said it's going to end with like 500 million as the low number for domestic total.
Right. All right. So I tell you what, bro. I tell you what. This is off topic as well. I tell you what. I got Shang-Chi queued up right now. So go ahead and queue up Moana, bro.
I mean, I'm not going to watch it tonight.
Man, you're gonna have to watch it then.
I'm going to have to watch it at some point, but I got to be to work at 9 o'clock.
Fair enough. I gotta be to work at 8 o'clock. But either
Right, but
way, I got Shang-Chi queued up. And we talked about this before too. It's say now streaming in IMAX enhanced. So
yeah.
I'm definitely gonna watch that shit and see like the difference.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I showed that movie to my grandmother last time I was down there, and she doesn't remember most of the movies, and she said out of what she could remember from the last movies and this one, she liked this one the most.
Oh wow. Okay, Grandma. We'll see. We'll see if it holds up.
Yeah, we'll see.
But they did go ahead and green light a part two though.
Yeah, and a spin-off series.
Right. Jeez.
We'll see.
Yeah. We'll definitely see. We'll see.
He
Eh,
said, "Oh, this movie failed at box office. Then why are we getting a sequel?"
right.
Yes,
Now, Batman Returns. This shit
yes.
states it's certainly set during the period, but does Batman Returns work as a Christmas movie? The original Batman, no, I'm not reading all this bullshit. Da-da-da-da. Batman Returns is still one of the most idolized studio movies. No. Okay, this shit is still not saying yes or no if it's a Batman movie. I mean, a Christmas movie. The setting and themes of
Yeah, I
Christmas is
definitely know
woven
it's a
throughout
Batman
Batman
movie.
Returns, with even the villains. Exactly. It's been being introduced shooting out of a giant present. Exactly. See, even one of the villains is being shot out of a giant present, right? While the sequel
Okay.
isn't feel good, family Christmas, da 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 da. This shit still doesn't say if it's a
Well, it's
Christmas
about
movie or not.
as. Here's what I'll say. If we're gonna talk about that kind of stuff, all the Harry Potters are Christmas films.
You're fucking right, especially part one. That definitely
Fuck, I
gives me
thought that.
Christmas feels.
Damn it! I thought I had you there.
Negative, negative. I've,
I don't
I've got
think
the
those are Christmas
deathly,
films either.
I've
I
got
just.
the Deathly Hallows tattoo on my forearm, bro. Harry Party Part One is definitely a Christmas movie, bro.
Well, I'll tell
It,
you
it
what.
gives me all the Christmas feels.
Fantastic Beasts are movies that you have when it gets cold outside, so you can throw them in the fire and get warm.
fair, fair, fair. Are
I
you gonna
think all
are
my
you
arguments are starting to fall apart.
for sure, of course, because I'm telling you, bro, I do this. I love Chris. Well, I love the spirit of Christmas. I don't love Christmas. I don't like the hustle and bustle of Christmas and everybody buying everything from the stores because their kids or grandkids got to have the latest freaking gadget, whatever you want to call it. I love the spirit of Christmas. I love families getting together, cooking sugar cookies or baking sugar cookies, watching Christmas movies, and just enjoying one another. I love that. So watching Christmas movie every year as a tradition to me definitely feels good to me. So that's why I already knew as far as Die Hard was concerned, I already knew that you wasn't going to win that debate at all. Now all of these other movies are up for debate
What about
as far
Lethal
as
Weapon?
oh my God, now you want to bring in Lethal Weapon.
No, I'm actually asking because I've never seen it, so I don't know if whether or not it is what if it's like I hear it's a Christmas movie. I don't know. For once, I'm
If
not
I'm
debating it.
if I'm not mistaken, Lethal Weapon 1 was
Well,
more considered as a Christmas movie, but the subsequent sequels, I don't think those were a Christmas movie at all.
I mean, yeah, I'm not even trying to go at you with that, but someone said Die Hard's a Christmas movie, so is Lethal Weapon.
So wait a minute. So you're saying if Die Hard is a Christmas movie, then Lethal Weapon is a Christmas movie as well?
No, I'm saying this is what an article says. I'm not personally saying it.
Okay, okay. Article. Gotcha. Um, I do see a lot of articles about Lethal Weapon versus Die Hard as far as which is the better Christmas movie. So I guess everybody is determining that Lethal Weapon 1 is a Christmas movie.
Right. Hmm.
And you know what? I actually kind of grew up on Lethal Weapon and I never, like categorized that as a Christmas movie because I don't watch it during Christmas. But looking over the information that I see here now, I would definitely say it is indeed a Christmas movie.
Well, they literally apparently they open the movie with Jingle Bell Rock
Uh huh.
literally into it, and then has a Christmas tree lot. Oh, you know what? That's the thing that they took inspiration from with Hawkeye. That's crazy. I feel like
Yeah,
I have more to say about Hawkeye than I do about this debate that I no longer have any leverage on.
for sure.
I tried.
But even you was mentioning the Christmas song on Lethal Weapon, but even on Die Hard, they don't necessarily open with it. But Christmas in Hollis by Run DMC is definitely an opening song on Die Hard, and that's definitely a fucking Christmas song. And if you haven't heard it, I'm pretty sure you haven't heard it, but you need to listen to it. It's Christmas time. It's Christmas in Hollis by Run DMC.
Oh, guess what
Classic,
else is
classic hip hop song.
okay? You know what else they consider a Christmas film?
What's that?
Rambo: First Blood.
Wait a minute. What the fuck? Are you serious?
Yeah, and Jurassic World because
Now,
the kids were
they
sent.
reaching
No, the kids were sent to the park for Christmas vacation because their parents were getting divorced.
right, which that
Which,
movie had nothing to do with Christmas. So no.
reindeer games.
Oh my god. Yeah, they reaching. They're like super reaching.
Well, uh, Rambo is when Rambo's in a police station at the beginning of the movie, it still has a Christmas decoration hanging around it. That's their consideration. See what I'm talking about? There are certain ones out there that just they stretch at it.
Exactly. Yeah, that's like a super stretch.
Jaws: The Revenge. I didn't even ever
It's
watch that.
no, no, definitely not, bro.
Uh, yeah, there's not really other ones that I can see here. No, I was just looking up a list. Oh my god, the amount of romance ones that are considered Christmas. Oh, I'm sorry. This is all
Is Jiggly
lies.
on there? I always mention Jiggly on the podcast. Is Jiggly a Christmas movie?
No, and I, for the life of me, don't think you've ever mentioned that on the podcast because I feel like I would remember hearing you say a word that ridiculous.
I always mention Jiggly. Jiggly is Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck. I always mention Jiggly on the podcast.
Oh, they have Jack Frost in here.
uh,
Not the kid
me.
Jack Frost, the one where it's a serial
Right,
killer
right,
turned into a
right.
snowman, which were both released the
Oh,
same year.
oh, gotcha. I forgot all about that movie. You know what we haven't talked about?
A Medea Christmas.
Negative, bro. I don't even like whatever his
Tyler
name
Perry.
is. I don't Tyler Perry. I don't even like Tyler Perry movies. I have like a kind of a horror story with that. But we're talking about Christmas movies. Do you know what we haven't talked about?
Daddy's Home.
Negative. No, I'm not thinking
I'm
about that
sorry.
either.
Excuse me. Those were actually kind of funny. Well, the first
I,
one,
I
the
like
second
I
one
like
wasn't
part
that.
one. Yeah, I want to say yeah. I
Detective
like
Hall
part
was
one.
good.
Yeah.
Uh, let me see. Fred Claus was terrible. I bet you never even saw that one.
But it's one we definitely haven't talked about, bro.
I'm looking on this list, and I guarantee you, if it's one of the ones I think it is, I will have not seen it.
No. It's definitely not one on the list. I don't think it's going to be on the list.
Santa Claus.
No, it's going to be 8-Bit Christmas, bro.
Oh, okay.
8-Bit Christmas gave me the feel of A Christmas Story. Like the whole narration and the whole thing of like trying to get a particular present for Christmas
Like a
and
modern day Christmas story.
right. I'll say it's like a cousin of A Christmas Story because it's not like kind of like the same vein, but I actually liked it. I liked it. Like it was entertaining, it was funny, and
My grandma
like I
laughed at
say,
it.
right, it legitimately reminded me of A Christmas Story.
She thought it was a sweet story.
I think it was pretty dope, man.
Also, I will say briefly, there's one we have not talked about, and I'm not sure if I'd consider it a Christmas film or not.
And what's that?
Rocky 4.
Oh my god.
Rocky challenges him to a fight, but the only time that it is Christmassy is that he's fighting him on Christmas Day in the Soviet Union.
No, no. You talking about Ivan?
Yeah,
No, I wouldn't consider that to be a Christmas movie at all.
well, apparently they do, and they have Die Hard on the same list.
Oh Jesus. What list are you what list are you looking at?
List of Christmas films
Negative Rocky 4.
and Rocky 5, but no one talks about that one. I'm not even get into that one. That's not even a good movie itself.
Yeah,
If
man, they
anybody
like
disagrees with
super
me and says
reaching.
if anybody says Rocky 5 is a good film, I'm sorry to tell you, but I no longer value your opinion for this week.
I'm looking at an article that says 10 reasons why 4 is the most underrated Christmas movie of all time.
I'll
You
get
got
that
them
crap
right,
out
it's
of here.
underrated.
Get that crap out of here.
Right. This movie is not a
Rocky
freaking
4
Christmas
is
movie,
a
bro.
good movie, but it is
Right.
not a Christmas film.
I'll
That's
break
like
you.
that's like saying that there was like a section in Amazing Spider-Man 2 that happened to be around winter, and saying Amazing Spider-Man 2 is a Christmas film. No, it's not.
Right.
You're lying.
If you
Dude,
die, you die.
okay. Now, I will say I don't really watch a lot of TV shows as it is.
Hmm.
Um, and you know, Marvel is Marvel. They have Hawkeye out. Oh, my chest. Damn. And
You okay?
yeah, I breathed and it hurt.
Oh no.
Um, but I honestly think, and I'm saying this with as best of a way as possible. I think not only is Hawkeye teaming up to be one of the best Christmas TV shows like around the holidays that I have seen,
Right?
because I haven't seen that many, to be honest. But I'm also thinking that it might be the first time since Marvel has been making TV shows that I feel like everything has felt earned throughout, and
Okay.
there's doesn't feel like there's any point in the show where I went, we didn't really need to see some of this. They could have cut some of this out.
Fair enough.
Like there's a lot of stuff in Falcon and Winter Soldier in hindsight that could have either been cut out that could have added something better to it.
Right.
Like Hawkeye, I feel like nothing that we have seen, everything belongs where it should be.
I agree.
And
My
now with the
favorite
hindsight,
standout moment is the Thanos was right coffee mug.
now having the hindsight of now read the entire run of which this show is based off of. Oh my goodness, the amount of references in this show is insane. And
Right.
if they better not end this show the same way they ended the book, because if they do, a lot of people are gonna be pissed. Peter's gonna be on their ass.
Oh Jesus. Oh no, not the dog. What happens to the dog?
In the comics, the dog gets shot in the stomach.
Oh no, they're definitely not gonna do that, bro. It's Disney.
Well, I don't think that the character that shot them in the comics is gonna have the same route here in the show.
Right.
You know the Kazi character?
Right.
He's supposed to be a character in the comics called the Clown, where he dresses up in clown and he's just a hitman. I don't see that
Mm.
happening.
No, not at
Now,
all, man.
we might see. I mean, we might see Kingpin kick the dog, but I also don't think that's going to happen either.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen at all. It's
Well, I know
Disney,
we're
man.
going to see
I don't think
Kingpin.
anything is gonna happen to the dog.
I mean, things have already happened. He's going to get diabetes,
Diabetes.
so we're definitely probably going to see him next week.
For sure. I'm hoping so.
I just don't see how they can. Like, he's very vocal about this show and supporting it, and that's great. Anyone can support a show. But would you have been rumored to be in the show and you were this close to it and you were like, hanging out with people that are on the show and, you know, being really active within what Marvel Studios is doing? I feel like at a certain point you go, listen, you gotta back off a bit because people are starting to think that you're in this show. And he's like, well, yeah, it's because I am. I'm Kingpin, motherfucker.
Kingpin. Wilson Fisk.
I still don't hope that. Like, I hope they maybe muscle him up a little more, but I really don't want to see like Into the Spider Verse's version of him
Right.
in live
Right.
action because
Like
we don't
like
need that.
way like way too cartoony.
Yeah, I mean, it works for the cartoon. It does not work for this necessarily.
Hmm. I see a little depiction here. I don't think this is real though.
No, I think I know what you're talking about. There was some CGI looking thing showing what he might look like.
Yeah, I don't think this is real at all.
He actually shared something about it. He said, "Yeah, this is a really terrible leak at that."
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen at all.
Ew, that is. I don't know if this is the same one that you're looking at here, but I found one, and I'm like, I I don't like that if that's what he looks like.
Is one where he's smiling and like one where he's got like this sort of normal grimace.
Yeah, and he's wearing like a white suit with a red like vest.
Yeah, that's the one I
Uh,
was just looking at. Yeah, I don't think that's what it's gonna be at all.
no, and we got Yelena back though. Yelena. That's
Yeah,
the first time we've had a character from the movies that was introduced in a movie
right,
end up in a show.
right,
So, and to think that wasn't even like 6 months ago.
right.
Like,
Now,
dude,
now,
That
Now,
was
don't get me wrong. I don't want to spoil it, but like watching that episode 4, like when he was initially fighting that particular character, I already knew that it was a widow, but my mind didn't click to the end of the Black Widow movie in ties to the Hawkeye TV show. But like once I saw who it was, I was like, "Oh my god, I should have fucking knew that."
well, I'd heard for a while that she was going to end up being in the show, and I was like, when are they going to bring her in?
Right,
Because he needs to explain to her that he did not kill her.
right. That swan dive, that backward swan dive she did off the building was fucking dope though.
That was pretty badass. Oh, I can't wait for next week. I heard it's going to be the shortest episode.
Really?
Like
It's
it's
gonna be
only
the
going to
shortest, but one of the best though, right?
well, it's going to be 42 minutes, which seems like the same number, but when you consider the fact that with credits or with like, credits, it's probably around 30 something minutes.
Right.
Oh, my chest.
But I think if they announce that Charlie Cox is going to be the Daredevil in the MCU, I don't see why they wouldn't have Vincent as Kingpin in the MCU unless like they legitimately go like a more comic book accurate way. Like even if they did go a comic book accurate way, I still think that Vincent would be like the best person to play Kingpin.
Right. I mean, he also supported um fuck. He supported Charlie Cox when it was announced. He was like, "Yeah, man, I'm happy for you."
Right.
I'm like, "So when are you gonna get your movie or your return?"
Yeah. Charlie Cox did like a phenomenal portrayal of Daredevil. I wish they would have sped it up a little bit as far as his suit, because of course I'm used to the MCU. And I know this is off topic because this isn't about Christmas, but we was talking about Hawkeye. But I really love the portrayal of Charlie Cox doing Daredevil.
Oh no, it was great. Like I haven't watched the series again, but
Hmm.
because I don't do TV seasons very often, multiple times since I go and watch other people watch them on that I'm interested in seeing what they think about it. So I technically watch it multiple times without actually watching it all the way through multiple times.
Yeah, yeah, I'm the same way. Like if I watch a particular season of a show, like it's more or less one and done for me.
Right.
But bro, like the more I'm looking at Vincent as Kingpin, excuse me, in the Netflix series, and I look at some of the portrayals of Kingpin, like even if they kept Vincent as Kingpin, they wouldn't even have to do a lot to make him look more comic book accurate, bro. Like
Right.
his head and his face look feasible to where if even if it's CGI to like kind of spread his shoulders and kind of like give him a little bit more girth, he would like be the perfect freaking Kingpin, man.
Whoa, hold up. I okay. I can't talk to you about what this thing is that I just read because it doesn't have anything to do with Christmas, but it's a movie that comes out at Christmas.
We
Oh
might as
boy.
well talk about it, bro. We've been talking about Daredevil and Kingpin and Vincent and Charlie
So they
Cox.
released a clip at the Game Awards for The Matrix Resurrections that answers some questions that we have.
So it's a new trailer, you said.
No, it's a clip from the movie.
Oh no. Are you gonna watch it?
Probably.
Uh, I'll let you watch it first. And if you say I gotta watch it, then I'll watch it. But
Well,
I
it
don't know if I
shows
want to watch
me
it at this
it
point.
shows me like what the clip addresses without actually having to watch it. Like, and if this is now I understand what Keanu Reeves, if this is what they're going for. This is why I now get why he says that the first one was showing what the next 20 years would be like, and this one
Hmm.
is showing what the next 20 years will be like for us.
Oh my.
He says, more influenced by our own modern day, this version of the Matrix, as video phones keep those jacked into the Matrix from realizing the truth because they're always on their phones and never looking up.
Ah, yeah. That's like the part of the trailer where he was in the elevator and he's looking up at the mirror, and the mirror is showing everybody else looking down at their cell phones.
Also, they don't need to run to phone booths to use landlines to get in and out of the Matrix. Well, yeah, because the phone booths don't exist anymore.
Right,
They go through portals.
bro. I
So
can't wait, man.
that's that's crazy. So we're not just gonna see the Matrix being just one city. It's gonna be the entire world. Holy shit. Dude, we're
Right,
not ready for this movie. We are
bro.
not
It's
ready.
it's it's a little bit less than 2 weeks away, man.
12 days.
Spider-Man is next week, or
Mm-hmm.
this week coming up, bro. And then the Matrix is right after that.
Yeah, we've got
And not
6 days for the Spider-Man movie.
right, and not to mention the next couple of episodes of Hawkeye, episode 5 and 6 is in the same weeks as Spider-Man and the Matrix, bro.
Yeah, we'll be doing we can't talk about Hawkeye next week though, even if it goes explosion. Because Jacob hasn't watched any of Hawkeye and he hates spoilers, so we're gonna have to find a
Oh, fair enough.
we may just have to talk about the last 2 episodes together with the Matrix stuff.
Okay, that's fair.
But
Or
we
we could
definitely
just
gonna be
make
texting
Jacob
each other.
watch, or we could just make Jacob watch Hawkeye.
I can't do that. I couldn't even get him to finish watching Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And he hasn't even watched What If.
Oh man,
He's so
yeah.
busy.
Oh no, fair enough. I definitely don't understand that.
Like he's more busy than me and you. We're pretty busy.
Right, right. I understand
But
that.
all right, I'm gonna end the podcast with a very easy question.
Okay.
What
Oh
is
no. I don't think no. This is not going to be an easy question, bro. But go ahead.
what is the what is your favorite Christmas movie of all time? Like
Okay,
if you
so
have to pick one.
are we basing this off of if I had to watch one Christmas movie during Christmas time, what would that movie be?
No, just what is your favorite Christmas movie? Like I said, it's an easy question.
Christmas Story.
A Christmas Story.
Yeah, it would have to be for a
I'm
number of reasons, but it would have to be.
I'm gonna be honest. Uh, I know I've only seen it once, so I can't say
Hmm.
too much about it. But I feel like if I had to pick a Christmas movie to watch that I like the most, that I'm pretty sure would make me laugh every time, I'm gonna go with Elf.
Fair enough.
I was gonna say Night Before, but I've only seen that movie once ever.
Gotcha. Of course, I'm basing my answer off nostalgia. That's the biggest part because, of course, I grew up on it and I look forward to it every single year. That doesn't take away from Batman Returns or Die Hard or Gremlins or even The Grinch Who Stole Christmas because I actually love that as well. But it would have to be A Christmas Story, bro.
Oh, I completely forgot about Unaccompanied Minors. It's not a good movie.
Man, I
It's
think
not a
I've
good
only seen that movie one time.
it's not a good movie, but I remember watching that in theaters. I grew up and I was like, "Ah, mom, I'm so sorry that I made you go watch that piece of crap." That was not good. Then again, she watched Hallmark's movies, so I guess it's not down too much far.
I was about to say, yeah, that's not too far down the line. Hallmark movies.
Yeah, but I think we're gonna end this podcast episode that kind of went off the rails in a different direction.
For sure.
Um, but this is gonna come out on Christmas Eve,
Yeah,
so
man.
you guys listening, I hope you enjoyed this podcast. Maybe enjoyed some of my suffering. I'll take it. Um, but let us know down in the comments below whether or not what you think is your favorite Christmas movie. Let's just go with that. Let's bring the holiday love and cheer instead of deciding that maybe you don't think Die Hard is a Christmas film or Batman Returns is not a good Batman film. Um, let's just keep it civilized today. Spread the cheer,
Absolutely.
drink some eggnog. Uh, if you have annoying kids, maybe put some stuff in that eggnog to make it
some
go down a bit easier.
some Evan Williams eggnog.
And get some spiked. Uh, and enjoy the holidays. And try not to get so tipsy that you might fall into the fire. We don't need to go. We don't need to take Grandma back to the hospital again this year. Okay. But
No.
I hope y'all have a wonderful holidays. In case you don't celebrate Christmas, maybe you celebrate Kwanzaa or Hanukkah. Uh, just have a happy holidays.
Right, right. Hey, Jordan.
Mm.
Merry Christmas, bro. Merry Christmas,
Merry
bro.
Christmas, dude. I'll see you again sometime.
All righty, man. Y'all have a good one.
Bye.
Peace.